Folks, we've just wrapped up day 3 at the 2025 World Scrabble Championships, and things are getting very interesting at the top of the standings. Let's dive right into today's Board 1 games, starting with the first round of the day featuring none other than Nigel Richards. But rather than exhibiting his usual brilliance, he opened the day taking an absolute beating from the Scotsman Paul Allen, who bingoed twice and hammered his J, X, and Z, whereas Nigel drew 3 S's and a blank, but all on the same rack, and he struggled with his draws for the rest of the game. However, round 18 saw absolutely insane games on both the Let's Play Scrabble stream as well as the backup stream over at Scrabble Events TV. On LPS, Ghana's Edwin Boama and Thailand's Jakrit had a crazy start to their game, with Edwin trying the phony 7-letter word sonnet. Jakrit challenges this off, but then plays the standard Jiao for 22. Knowing all 7 tiles on his opponent's rack, he definitely should not play an I here, as it gives back the bingo of Teo Sinte to Edwin. A better idea would have been to exchange tiles instead, since it's tough to make a good play here without using the I, and Edwin actually didn't have a valid 7-letter bingo. Nevertheless, Jakrit soon builds up a huge lead with a 3-turn flurry of Valuate, Pre-Tax, and Badgered, putting Edwin down over 100. Edwin has the QU combo, but no good plays with it. He makes an excellent play of Big for 21, setting up a strong spot for his Q, and with all consonants, Jakrit can't really block it while also scoring well. After he dumps consonants, Edwin bombs his Q for a score I'm not going to say to surge back into the game. A few turns later, he bingos with both blanks in hand with Surdity for 78, temporarily regaining the lead. But Jakrit stays focused, and with his final 3 tiles, he finds his only winning spot to play in this endgame, as Guild for 18 gives the Thai expert a thrilling 2-point victory. Not to be outdone, Harshan and Nigel battled to a standstill on the second stream, with Nigel holding a small edge in the late game. Harshan plays Stub for 27, emptying the bag, taking a 1-point lead, and going for the second blank. While he does in fact draw it, he has no playable bingos through the G or I, and only 1 playable bingo to the N in Canoe Men, which Nigel blocks with his optimal endgame move of Haim. After this play, Harshan has only 1 more playable bingo here, Axonemes through the X of Lurex. It's either find this word and win, or miss it and lose. Of course, Harshan makes the impressive find of Axonemes to steal a critical win away from Nigel. In round 19, Timmy Woko started with a bang with Azurite for 102, but Waseem Khatri fought back and locked the board down in a defensive masterclass to take a much-needed game off of the tournament leader. Next up in round 20 were the youngsters Timmy Doko and Adisha Dissanayake, 2 players I was excited to watch coming into the event. This was a fantastically played game by both players, but Doko's draws let him down in the early going, and Adisha took full advantage, including a beautiful 5-tile overlap of Ionogen for 75. In round 21, we saw the return of the Sri Lankan prodigy Inam Irshad against Canadian Grandmaster Adam Logan, who opened the game with one of the craziest looking words in the Collins lexicon, Ues, and continued on to a solid victory from there. In round 22, we had a marquee matchup between the top 2 seeds in Nigel and Hubert Wee, but this game was a lopsided one, with Nigel tallying 3 huge bingos to Hubert's 1 en route to a big win. Round 23 saw the top 2 players in the standings, Adam Logan and To Wei Bin, go head-to-head for the second time. Their first matchup in round 7 was a tie game, and the rematch did not disappoint. Both players opened with bingos to start and traded bingos a second time in the mid-game. In this position, Weibin has the 8-letter indoor C from the D, but instead plays the very slick, disconnected 9-letter bingo of Detersion for more points. No matter what bingo Weibin played, Adam was going to respond with Soutanes to keep pace. Facing a small deficit, Adam makes an excellent play here in the archaic Welsh word tup, setting up hooks to Welk and A that he retains on his rack. Waybin's standout scoring play in response is Ritz for 32, but with many hooks to this word still lurking, he takes a totally different approach by playing Ritter for 10, setting up his S in an even more dangerous spot on the board. Adam was ready to pounce with a 50-point ZD in response, but Waybin gave him something to think about, and he looks for alternatives that might stop the new threat. In the end, he moves forward with his original plan, hoping to dodge a big bingo with the S. Waybin misses his bingo draw, and without any good option, he makes a critical mistake, playing the invalid Veils in the top right. After challenging the word off, Adam plays Atomics, hooking his blank S onto Ritter for 89 points, turning a close game into a blowout. Adam would stay on the stream in the final round, this time facing off with Nigel, who badly needed a win to remain in tournament contention. He gets off to a good start in the game with 2 80-point bingos and a 50-point Z play, opening an 100-point lead. After Adam's excellent move of Geofact, Nigel has a conventional move of Gavit for 27, using the triple word score and keeping solid bingo tiles. However, yet again, he pivots and makes a play that surprised us all, Devo for just 10 points. The brilliance of this move is that Nigel retains the last 2 hooks for Devo on his rack, the S to pluralize it and the T to hook divot. The move also blocks the S of Vizards and the G of Alang as bingo tiles for Adam. It's a great move that solidifies his winning position in the game, and Nigel eventually bingos out with Islander to polish off this triple-digit win. Despite this loss, Adam held on to lone possession of first place in the standings after day 3 with 18.5 wins, and Waseem Khatri right behind him as the only player with 18. Timmy Woko finally fell out of the top spot, but remains firmly in the hunt at 17, and Waybin, Nigel, and Harshan are all in hot pursuit. Also, look out for Hubert Wee in 10th place, but with an absolutely monstrous tiebreaker in his cumulative margin of victory. We've still got 8 more games tomorrow to determine who our 2 championship finalists will be. And while Adam is in great position here, he is by no means a lock to make the finals. Believe me, I should know. In the previous iteration of this tournament back in 2023, I was the one in first place at the end of day 3 with 19 wins, but a disastrous final day dropped me out of contention. All that being said, tomorrow is going to be absolutely insane, and I am going to be absolutely glued to the live stream over at Let's Play Scrabble, and I definitely encourage you all to stop by and watch some absolutely top-level Scrabble as well. Hope to see you there, and thanks as always for watching.